Our website, LoudFace.co, is getting a lot of really good feedback and comments and just good reviews on how it looks, how it feels. And we're getting a ton of conversions thanks to just simply how it looks and how it feels for the visitor that just going through the website. And I'll show you how you can get the same type of website without writing a single line of code, without having any knowledge about how to launch a website. I'll show you to get this type of website up and running within just 5 simple steps. First off, what is Webflow? Webflow is a SaaS platform where you're able to build amazing websites without having to write a single line of code. So it's a visual website builder. And I run LoudFace.co, which is a leading Webflow agency. So we have been building Webflow websites in 2020. We're actually an official Webflow partner. And that means that I have a ton of knowledge about Webflow, how to build websites. I'm basically an expert on the tool. But what I wanted to do is just take a couple of steps back and put myself into the shoes of someone that may not have any knowledge about how Webflow works, any knowledge about how websites work, or how you create and launch one. So this is why I created this list of 5 simple steps on how you can launch this type of quality of website. And I even created a free template for any viewers watching this video to just grab it to your own account, set it up, and launch it for your own purposes. Here's all you have to do. Step number 1, you create a Webflow account. And you can do this by going to the link in my description or just Googling webflow.com. Step number 2 is to actually grab the template that I've created for anyone who's viewing this video. Step number 3 is just changing the content on the website so it fits your purposes, whether that's a business or just a personal project. Step number 4 is just connecting your own domain to it. And then finally, step number 5 is to actually launch the website. So let's start with step number 1, which is simply just creating an account on Webflow. So what you want to do is go to webflow.com. Again, you can click the link in my description or just Google it yourself. But when you're on their website, you should see something like this. Up here, you should see a button that says for you. If you don't have an account already, you should say sign up or something similar like that, or create an account. But since I already have an account created, for me it says view dashboard, since I already have a dashboard available. So when you do that, you will click the sign up button, and for you, it will be a sign up form. So you add your email, your password, whatever they're asking for, and it should take no more than 10 seconds to set up your account. When you've set up your account, Webflow will probably throw you into a tutorial, and you can simply just skip that tutorial and jump out of it. And you should be in a workspace, your own personal workspace that looks similar to this. And at that point, you have your Webflow account ready to use and set up. Now, step number 2, we want to grab the free high-quality template that I've created specifically for this video and for anyone that's watching. So you can just follow my steps and use this template. What you want to do is you go and hover on Marketplace here. This is a drop down, and down at the bottom, you will find Made in Webflow. You will simply click here, and what you want to do in the search bar is search for LoudFace. Hit search, and what you want to do is you want to click here on our tag. This will take you to our profile. So LoudFace, of course, is the agency that I run, and in here we'll find the template that I launched specifically for anyone watching this video. So you simply click view details, and up here you should have a button called clone in Webflow. So simply click on that, and here you want to click create website, and you can name it whatever you want. We click create site, and just like that, Webflow is loading us into the website itself. Now, if this is a new account, you will get a couple of tutorial pop-ups. You just want to skip all of it. And just like that, we have our website set up thanks to this free template that we've launched. Step number 3 is now that we have our account, we have even grabbed this free template. What we want to do is actually start editing the content on the website to reflect whatever we want it to say. So I've already added a couple of descriptions in each text box for what you want to put into it. So for example, in the header, we have describing the service or purpose of my business. So you want to do that. And the way you actually change text or images and links, I will show you how to do it. It's super simple. If you want to change text, all you do is hover on top of it and you click on it. And if you want to start editing the text, you just double click, and you can see how we now have the cursor in the text. So let's delete this and write something different. So hello world. And we can do the same thing for all the text on this website. We can do it for this description text down here. So we double click and we can change it to whatever we want. So this is my website. Now that we've changed text, and I recommend you to do it for all the text that we have here, so it reflects what you want to sell or whatever the website is about in your case. Now that we changed text, we might want to change images. Now to change images, all you have to do is hover on any image that you want to change. You click on it, and in this icon here, you click on it and you click on replace image. Now in here, you will have your image gallery. This is images that already are preloaded into this project. If you want to upload an image that isn't already here, you can upload it from your computer locally. So if you have images downloaded on your computer, you click on this button and it will prompt you to upload any image that you want into this asset manager. And then you can go ahead and do that same thing for all the images on here until you feel like, okay, I now feel happy with the images that I've put into it. The final thing that you might want to do is just change the links. Now we have a couple of links here and there, mostly the contact button and also the go to YouTube. Now, if you want to change a link of a button, we just click on the button icon here. We hover over to this cogwheel, the settings for this element. And down here, you'll find the link settings. So in this case, what we might want to do is just connect this button directly to your email. So what we do is we click here. And if I want anyone that clicks on this link for the computer to automatically open their email app and have my email added in the to send to a field, I can do this directly in Webflow like this. So I simply just add my email, loudface.co. Good. And I can also add a subject that automatically is added into the field. So I want to contact you. So whenever someone will click on this link, their email application on their computer will open up automatically and your email will be in there. All they have to do is just write a message and send it to you, which is really cool and really fast for the user to simply contact you. For the go to YouTube button, you can do whatever you want with this one. You might want to just remove it if you don't like it. So you can simply just click on it and click the delete button on your computer, or you can even hover on it, right click and delete. You can do whatever you want, but you can also change the link similar to what we did here, where you go to the cogwheel and you go to the settings and you can add a custom link here. So it can be a link to your YouTube channel. It can be another email. You can do whatever you want with it. Now, when you've gone through and done the same thing for all the links and images and text on the website, you might want to add your own logo. So all you have to do is just click on it, and just similar to what you do with the images, you can just click on this and replace image with an image of your own logo, and you should be done with that part. And once the logo is in there, you've gone through all the content, you're now fully done with changing content and setting your website up to be launched. Now this takes us to step number 4, which is connecting your own domain. This is the final step, probably the most complicated for new users, but trust me, it is not. And I will show you exactly how you do this. So make sure to navigate yourself over to this icon here. You click here and you go to site settings. This will take you to the settings of the website. Now to be able to add a custom domain, you have to purchase a plan for your website. Now, this is the Webflow subscriptions. So we might want to be billed monthly, and what we want to grab is the basic plan. This is $18 a month, and you will get all that you need with this plan. You add your details and purchase the plan, and when you're done, you will now have a plan on Webflow. And this will grant you the access to be able to add the custom domain that we can find on publishing. As you can see, when we scroll down here, we do not have access to it because we do not have a plan. But once we do, we will be able to add our custom domain. And this takes us to the next step in this process. I have now purchased a plan for my Webflow website, and I now have the access to be able to add a custom domain. And I can do that over here. So add a custom domain. What we want to do is just add a domain that we've already purchased over at Google Domains. Now there are tutorials out there on how to do it on Google Domains. I also have one in my previous video. It's super simple. It's very easy to do and fast. And all you have to do once you've purchased it, you just write it into here. So for us, I purchased a domain called builderbank.com. Add domain. You can see up here the domain has been added. And I now have access to be able to set up the DNS settings Now this might look scary, but trust me, it's very, very simple to set this up. And I'll show you, of course, how to do all of it. So what we have to do is, you can see that we have two A records that we need to add into our Google domain DNS settings. And finally, we have a CNAME record. Super simple. All you have to do is click here and you have it copied to your clipboard. And when you've copied this value here, we want to go over to Google Domains where we have our domain. You can see that we will do this for Bilderbank, which is the domain I have purchased and want to launch a website on. And we go over to DNS settings. Now down here, you will have a tab called Custom Records. What we want to do is we want to click here and we want to choose a record because that's what Webflow asked us to add. Because we already copied the value, we click here and we just paste it. Now there's two A records that Webflow asked us to add. So let's go back to Webflow. Let's grab this second A record. So click on it and it will be copied to your clipboard. We go over to Google Domains again and we add more to the post. So we want to add another A record and paste the second value in there. Now we are completely done with the A records and we can click save. Now this leaves us for the final part, which is adding the CNAME record. And you do that the same way as you did for the A records. You go over to Webflow, you go down to the CNAME and you click here and it's copied to your clipboard. You go over to Google Domains again, you click Manage Custom Records, and we want to create a new record down here because we want to create a CNAME. So click here, click CNAME, and we add a value here. And in this one, what we want to do is we want to add 3 W's. So www, and that's all we have to do. And then we click save. Now we're completely done with setting up our custom domain. This is all we have to do to launch our website on Webflow. So let's go back to Webflow and see that everything worked. Now that we're back over to Webflow, what you can do is you can check and see if you have this little check mark up here and down here, which means that you're officially connected to your domain. You finally have it set up. Now what we want to do is we want to make this one default. So make bilderbank.com default. Now it will ask you to publish your site. And when you've done that, you've now officially set up and fully connected your website to your custom domain. And this only leaves us with one final step. And final step number 5. All we have to do now is just launch our website. And you do that by clicking this big blue button here. And you will see that Webflow is now uploading your website to the web. And our website is launched. So if you go to your domain, you should see your website up and running. You can also click this little button up here. That's going to link you to your website. So in case you're wondering why I have a new t-shirt, my camera actually died yesterday when I recorded the outro for the video. So these two videos are a day apart. This is absolutely the best way to launch your website in 2023. And as you saw, it's very little time invested. In just 5 steps, you can get your website up and launched. And it's very cost efficient. And you will also get a high quality website just following the steps in this video. Now, the only way for me to know if you found this video valuable is if you leave a like, a comment, and even subscribe. And I will just continue to post these types of videos. See you in the next one.